Hey Jack,
Hey G, how are you?
I'm good. What do you think could be done to improve the refugee situation in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, Jill, a lot of times as a society, we blame the government. We blame the government for everything. But I believe as a people, as social non-governmental organizations, there's a lot more that can be done.
Okay. How so?
Well, Jill, there's so much that we can do. We can provide classes, we can provide food, we can provide skills classes, even English classes. I mean, I know that refugees are not legally allowed to work here in Trinidad, but at the same time, there are things that we can provide that will help them to occupy their time.
Right.
The bottom line is, as a society, we can do more to accommodate and to be empathetic to the plight of the refugees in Trinidad. Hey John, so what else do you think can be done to improve the refugee situation right here in Trinidad and Tobago?
Jack, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago must be informed. It is important for citizens in Trinidad to understand the sensitive nature or needs of the people, as well as the plight of refugees and asylum seekers. This would then encourage citizens to charge reasonable fees for the housing and other needs of these asylum seekers and refugees.
Hey Jane, how are you?
I'm good, Jack. How are you?
I'm good.
I have a question I've been meaning to ask you.
Oh yeah?
What can be done to improve the refugee situation in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well Jane, first of all, there needs to be greater awareness. Had it not been for the Human Rights Law Clinic right here at school, I would not have known that there were refugees in Trinidad.
There are?
There are. From quite a few different continents actually, especially from within the Caribbean region as well.
Oh, wow.
There needs to be some sort of awareness campaigns, forums, even the use of social media, Jane, because you know everyone is on Facebook these days.
That is so true.
Also, Jane, greater emphasis should be placed on the role that government must play in this situation as well. We've signed on to many conventions, but we have yet to implement them into our local legislation.
I understand what you are saying, but making this into law isn't that simple.
And Jane, this is where we come in as attorneys. We must apply pressure to the legislative arm and to the politicians. Do what we can to keep this issue at the top of their agendas.
That is so true, Jack. I can't argue with that. Hi, Janet.
Hi Jane, how are you?
I am good. I have a question to ask you. How else can we improve the lives of refugees in Trinidad and Tobago?
So do you know that there are lots of female refugees in Trinidad and Tobago, and these women often face discrimination and endure sexual and gender-based violence.
What is sexual and gender-based violence?
Sexual and gender-based violence refers to any act that is perpetrated against a person, against his or her will, and is based on gender norms and unequal power in relationships. It encompasses threats of physical violence as well as coercion. It can be physical, emotional, psychological, or sexual in nature. It can amount to denial of resources or denial to access of services. The UNHCR is mandated to provide international protection to refugees against sexual and gender-based violence. In Tobago, we should be committed to ending all forms of sexual and gender-based violence towards women and girls.
How can we end discrimination in Trinidad and Tobago?
So a lot of Latino women in Trinidad and Tobago face discrimination as they are stereotyped as being prostitutes. What we can do is to educate ourselves and to be open-minded. We should ensure that we do not assume that every Latino woman is a prostitute.
Thank you, Janet. I've learned a lot today.